how's it going? Well, today turned out to be a pretty decent day. It ended up getting kind of on the hot side, going up around 90 degrees, but given the winter time that I just survived, I'm not going to complain too much about the heat. I can always stay inside and run fans or even the air conditioner if I have to. But anyway, I have kind of thought about it a little bit, and I've decided that once I get all the necessary components together in one place at one time, I'm going to go ahead with the suggestion that Hearts on Fire had in a recent comment that I do a video of the build, of putting this whole thing together. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And towards that, I have on the way, let's see, Windows 7 Professional 64-bit. And I went with Windows 7 Professional because that's the version where you have access to Windows XP mode. And I still have a considerable amount of software that doesn't understand anything more recent than XP. It didn't work with Vista, and I don't expect it to work any better with 7 without XP mode. So, go with the thing that can give me XP mode for those programs that need it. And of course 64-bit, because I want to take full advantage of the hardware that can do 64-bit. And then of course there's an 850 watt power supply to run the whole thing with, and a hard drive. That was a pretty cool story, because I was shopping around and looking at hard drives, and I had just about settled on a Western Digital 1 terabyte drive. And then I noticed that the same place had a Western Digital 2 terabyte drive for the same price. So obviously I went with the 2 terabyte drive. Interesting note is that 2 terabytes is easily more than twice the combined capacity of every other hard drive I've ever owned. So it ought to take at least a little while to fill that up, don't you think? In the meantime, I'm going to be going over the manuals and the diagrams and everything and making sure I got a pretty good idea how this whole thing needs to go together. The one thing that I'm having a little bit of difficulty with is this heatsink fan combination for the CPU. And I mean, I like the design. I like the fact that it's so big and has this huge humongous fan on it. I love that. What I don't get quite, and see if I can get this to where it's visible, is this fastener thing here. Basically, this thing is supposed to go down against the motherboard, and then you just push these things down through holes in the motherboard. What I don't get though is how it's going to grab a hold and lock on, because as you can see, that little pin there, it's actually quite smaller than the hole it's going to go through in the motherboard. So I don't quite get how this thing's going to lock on, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Other than that, I think it's going to be a fairly easy build, and the most time-consuming part of it is probably going to be installing the operating system and getting everything else installed. But we'll get to it. Anyway, in other news, I have finally managed to come up with a way to get Minecraft to run again. Now, I can't run it in online mode, logged on, because that means using the Minecraft launcher. And the launcher is what's looking for this OpenGL mode and refusing to start if it doesn't find it. But if I just start the Minecraft jar separately in offline mode, that's fine. It seems to be working. This means that I won't be able to do TFC Modcraft for a while, because there are several mods there that store information in files keyed to the username of the person playing. If you're not playing online, it can't get the username to hook it up to. So that one's going to be on the back burner for a while, which is okay, because I've been wanting to get back to the main world and get going with stuff there for a long time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then, of course, finally I am working on several things for the next episode of WFRT News, which I'm expecting to upload Friday. And things are going good. Things are definitely taking a turn for the positive, and I for one am very appreciative of that. Let's just hope that it continues. I also have to say that I know there's been several requests that Sir Gorf be reinstated on the show, and I would love to do that. The only problem is that right now, regardless of how my voice may sound on the video, I am still not able to produce the voice needed to do Sir Gorf. I've tried and it sounds horrible. So I'll get him back in there when I can. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Mr. 10